Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ARC Round 8 Monza of Assetto Corsa Competizione. We have an interesting race for you guys today. It's here in Monza, this Temple of Speed. Always an exciting race, always an interesting moment. Turn 1, lap 1, a lot of speed coming down into the first corner and a heavy braking zone. It's going to be interesting to see what will happen during that first moments of the race. As we can see right now, we have the amateurs doing their qualifying sessions. And in the standings for the amateurs, we have Niall Drake leading the championship currently in the amateur season of Season 3 for ACC. Is Niall Drake with 218 points, followed in second place by Trash Panda with 166 points, and Dave Grills with 158 points. Following closely behind him is Alan Zhu with 156 points. He's won a couple races. Dave Grills has won a couple races. Trash Panda has kept up his consistency in the amateur season, and he is in second place right now. Niall Drake has also kept his consistency, and he has won his first race for the first time for the amateurs in Paul Ricard in round 7 last week on Saturday, and he is taking the championship by storm due to his consistency of coming in second and third place in 4 races in a row, and first place in the amateur league at Paul Ricard in round 7 last week has pushed him to first place right now. Exciting, good stuff from him. Nice to see from the drivers. Going into the pros here, we got Daniel Wright leading the championship with 237 points, followed by Melon Pitch with 161 points, and Andrew Warden, who has missed 3 races but still in third place at 151 points, and he won the race last week at Paul Ricard. Andrew Warden is our championship leader from last season, and he is looking to defend his championship in the final 3 races at Monza, at Misano, and at Spa. 3 close races. He's still within a chance of winning the championship, as you get 47 points, including the fastest lap, to get the full 47 points. If Daniel Wright has much more races like he had last week, Andrew Warren needs to just wrap up the last 3 races, and he has a chance of challenging for that P1 position. Melon Pitch in second place still always has a chance with 161 points. He's been impressive this season, especially last race at Paul Ricard in his Bentley. He was just passing drivers left and right, made a mistake due to other drivers, but he came back and still came in third place, picking up the most important points for him. Tommy Kogan in 4th, and then we got Luke Baumeister in 5th, Ratha in 6th, Cookie in 7th, Dave Hassar in 8th, Craig Bray in 9th, Lavallee in 10th, and then we have Niall Drake, our amateur leading driver right now, in 11th place versus all the other pros, and there are a total of 48 drivers that have joined us this season. It is definitely shaping up to be an interesting season, as now I go on board with the drivers, as I know you guys have been paying attention to. We are now on board. Oh, let me change that. And now we are following Bark, and this is the first time I am seeing the BMW used in this league. Bark is one of our newest drivers, newest members. Let's see what he can do. And currently he's in 12th place in qualifying session. Amateurs have 10 minutes to complete their qualifying laps, and then the final 10 minutes the pros are going to go for their out laps and hot laps, and we will see what they can do. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds left in qualifying for the amateurs, and we're on board with Bark. This is his first race of the season, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen him before, and this is the first time I'm on board with the BMW. And I'm going to be quiet because I want to hear and see what this car and this driver can do today. Now, to keep you guys posted on the corners, however, Bark is approaching the first Lesmo corner, Curve de Lesmo. Goes a little wide out of corner 1, and it looks like he will be returning back into the pits. So we shall go on board Brandon Dobbs and his Lexus as he's going down to the second Lesmo corner, down in towards the Curva del Serralio. And we are on board with his Lexus. And if I'm not mistaken, Andrew Warden is driving Alexis, our previous championship leader, and he is doing some good work there. But as Brendan Gobbs goes into the first Ascari corner, into the second Ascari corner, and into the third Ascari corner, back onto the straight. As we have Thornton on the side of the road, he has made an accident coming out of Ascari, lost the rear is my assumption, and went into the wall and is just waiting for cars to pass by. However, we got Gobbs' van going into Parabolica, and there is still 10 seconds left in this qualifying session for the amateurs. If he crosses the line, he will still have a chance for another lap. However, he is now allowed to do another lap, and it looks like he's the last amateur to do so. However, we're going to go on board Tommy Cogan. He is our first driver from the pros to go out, and we are going to go and keep an eye on how his lap is going to be. And it's Tommy Cogan, followed by Andrew Warden, our previous championship leader, with Melon Pitch just cutting turn 1 to get into the front of the pack, but it looks like he slowed down actually and just cut through the bollards. However, we are just going to be on board with Tommy Cogan and Andrew Warden. It looks like they're going to be fighting each other for the first person to set a time here. And we will just be going into the qualifying times. As you can see, nobody has set a qualifying lap yet in the pros. As you can see, Pitch and Mahoney following behind these two drivers. And I apologize for last week. I just had a new computer. This week I have downloaded the skins pack. So now we get to see the driver's creativity. And as you can see, Tommy Cogan and Andrew Warden both love their anime girls. Both have them on both of their cars. And this is the design of Tommy Cogan. Apparently an Amazon fan with the AWS on his car. However, Andrew Warden and Tommy Cogan both are fighting to be the first one to set a qualifying time, which is kind of shocking to me. It looks like Andrew Warden is going to win out, so it looks like we're going to go on board Andrew Warden. One of the few times we get a chance to see Andrew Warden, because he usually bosses his way around the racetrack. So we're going to go on board with Andrew Warden, and I'm going to shut up as he goes down the Retifilo Shibuni. And I'll keep us posted on the corners as we come up, so I will start saying corner names throughout the race as well, so we all have an idea of what's going on. As he comes into the Variante del Retifilo, turn 1, and into turn 2. Into the Curva de Grande. I agree, they are battling it out harder in quali than in the race. Hopefully Daniel Wright, Tommy Cogan, or somebody else can pose a threat to Andrew Warden. And this is Monza. It's a bunch of straights, so I expect close battling up at the front and in the middle of the field as well, as long as no mistakes are made into turn 1, lap 1. However, Andrew Warden almost slipping coming out of the second Lesmo corner as he goes down into the Curva del Serralio. I do not think he's going to be on provisional pole this lap, but I'm sure he will make up for it in the following laps as he goes and gets ready to go into the first Ascari corner, that quick left-hander, into the quick right-hander of the second Ascari corner, and out through the third corner, out into Ascari as well, down the back straight, and into the final corner of Parabolica. And let's see what kind of time Andrew Warden is going to post. And it is a 1:48.4. However, the amateur driver of TTC has posted a 1 minute 47 and 9 tenths. And the amateur driver is actually on provisional pole right now. But we saw the mistakes that Andrew Warden did on his outlap. And as you can see, he's already gained 3 tenths. And Daniel Wright with a stunning lap of a 1 minute 47.904, 5 tenths up on Lavallee and almost 6 tenths ahead of Andrew Warden. And Andrew Warden obviously is gaining time already in his lap. But Daniel Wright is already stamping his authority as the current championship leader. He doesn't want to lose any more points to him, and he wants to wrap up this championship before it is too late. Let's go into the beautiful let's just try to enjoy the scenery of this qualifying lap by Andrew Warden, followed by Tommy Kogan. Marveloso, down into Parabolica. And with that being said, Andrew Warden is setting the new provisional best of the session with a 1 minute 47 seconds and 5 tenths. As I expected, he would be on provisional pole. However, Daniel Wright is going to have an answer for him, and I'm sure of that. As we go back to Pfeiffer for whatever reason. Oop. Trying to get on board with Daniel Wright here real quick, which we are now on board with Daniel Wright and his Mercedes-AMG GTR. And he is back on provisional pole. We didn't get a chance to look at it, but he has now set a 1 minute 47.5 as his qualifying lap. With 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go, I hope he does another lap, because Andrew Warden is not too far behind. And TTC, our amateur driver, is actually still in third place with an impressive time compared to the other pros. It's just a shame that his position doesn't reflect his points in the amateur standings. However, we're back on board with Andrew Warden, and he is 3 tenths up on his personal best, which is going to be enough to get past Daniel Wright as long as he doesn't invalidate the lap, and as long as he doesn't make any major mistakes. But with this lap that's coming up, he will be on provisional pole once again, unless Daniel Wright has a response to the man, because Lavalli, the third pro driver, is 9 tenths behind Daniel Wright's qualifying lap. And that is just impressive that these two drivers are able to keep clear and stay away from the other drivers. And he is now 2 tenths faster than Daniel Wright on his qualifying lap. And it looks like he is still going for another lap. Who is this in front? And that is Dave Hassar, who is going to take a long way around. And let's go on board with Dave Hassar. Let's take a look at his vehicle. Kind of reminds me of Blue's Clues. I don't know why, but I think of that blue dog in Blue's Clues and that one dude that was wearing blue. Pretty horrible description, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's like that spotted blue dog on Blue's Clues. However, this is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS with the creative mind of Dave Hassar, the man who is currently sitting at P14, and he isn't a Porsche, so he's driving in a 6-cylinder engine. His car is not necessarily built for Monza, and as you can see, his time is showing. As we now go towards Mahoney, who is in the Aston Martin. Let's go on board with him in his Aston Martin. And let's see what Mahoney can do. And he is currently 2.1 seconds behind the current provisional pole sitter. And as he comes down into the Parabolica corner, he is gaining time. Can he sustain the time? He cannot. He is going to actually set a worse time than previously, but he will have another chance to go. As we're now on board with Pfeiffer and his Lexus. He is 2 seconds behind. However, he has an impressive 13th place. Good job, Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer usually is closer to 30th, but he is closer to 10th than ever before. Daniel Wright, still 2/10 behind, is not going to improve. Because, you know what? He's not going to improve. He's going to be in second place. It looks like Andrew Warden is going to easily keep first place here. Andrew Warden is going to be the provisional pole sitter, or he is going to be the pole sitter. Daniel Wright's going to be in second. TTC, our amateur driver, surprising everybody with a third place qualifying and only being 6/10 behind the leader. That is impressive. Congratulations to TTC for coming in third and qualifying. However, we are about to start the race once everybody crosses the line. And who is that? And it looks like Kieran Fox is going to be the last driver to set a time. He is in 7th place right now. He is in the Ferrari. Just got past the Lesmo corners. A couple more corners to go before qualifying is over. He is up 2.5 tenths right now. How far behind is he from improving? He needs to find another 10th or two to get into 6th position. And it looks like he may find it on this final lap. As we can see, where the driver just crashed out on the last Safari corner. However, he is not doing enough. Fox needs to improve the pace coming out of Parabolica and gain time and find time because, but he cannot sustain it. It's going to go into the red. Or maybe not the red, but it's not going to be good enough to get into 6th place. Craig Bray will maintain that position. However, now that we are now here, the race can finally start. And as you can see, we got Andrew Warden and Daniel Wright in 1st and 2nd place, locking out the front row. Lexus versus Mercedes. 3 Mercedes drivers in the top 4, followed by a Bentley by Mellon Pitch. Craig Bray, the 4th Mercedes in P6, a Ferrari in P7, an Audi R8 in P8. Rafa in 9th. Dave Hassar and Stefan in 10th and 11th. And they're in the Porsches, and that is impressive because the Porsche is very slow on the straights. They're a very good car when it comes to corners, very poor when it comes to straights, and it's impressive that they are in 10th and 11th out of 31 drivers. Congratulations to them currently. We'll see what happens in the race. Pfeiffer with what I'm assuming is his best qualifying in ACC, coming in 12th. Smacks in 13th. Niall, our amateur championship leader, in P14. Mahoney in 15 in his Aston Martin. Fitter in the Ferrari in 16th. And this is embarrassing. Ferrari at 16th at home in Monza. Can he make up the positions? Which spot did Jacques get? Jacques is in 22nd, just behind Easton, who's just behind T. Wilkins, just behind Grills and Chipsy and Gobbs Van, and then followed by Fitter in 16th. However, as we keep going down, we got Myler in 23rd, Thornton in 24th, Fleischmann in 25th, Bark in 26th, Panda in 27th, Zhu, Liu, Scrapman, and Moisan are all the final drivers in the back of the grid. However, let's go to the front of the grid. It is going to be turn 1. It is going to be chaos. Let's clear the screen. Let's prepare for what is about to happen. And we will go into the chopper cam to try and get as much of a beautiful glimpse as we can. Andrew Warden in the pink Lexus. Daniel Wright in the black Mercedes, followed by TTC in the white Mercedes. And that is the top 3. And we're just going to ignore that one vehicle. Nothing happened. Nobody saw anything. And green light, and away we go. And I am anticipating turn 1 to be a wreck fest. Let's see if we can catch anybody slipping. Oh, almost going 3 wide already down the straight. Somebody's almost hitting the grass back there. Into turn 1, and there is an incident already. And that is a pile-up if I have ever seen one. Oh my god, Porsches and Ferraris. Oh god, that's bad. Oh, and he goes right into the wall. And who is this? Fleischman, Mahoney, Fitter, Zhu, Chipsy. However, let's go back to the front of the grid real quick. Oops, wrong way. And as these drivers... Oh, and what is that? There is a guy going way far out wide. There's a car slipping. Sliding. And another incident. What is this? He's driving on the grass. There's a Ferrari on the grass. Oh my. Doing some burnouts. And will the Ferrari rejoin safely? It looks like he will. We are now back on board with the front runners. Daniel Wright chasing down Andrew Warden. Lavalli chasing down Daniel Wright. We got TTC in 4th place. Lavalli in 3rd. Daniel Wright in 2nd. And what do we have here? We got Pitch coming in. We got Rafa, Steffen, and Fox, and Kogan, and Hassar, Smacks, followed by Pfeiffer, Grills, and Nile, all fighting it out. And let's get on board with this action here. Ooh, what do we have? Craig Bray on the left side, Kogan right out in front, somebody right behind him, as you can see in the side view mirror. That is going to be Kieran Fox and his Audi R8. They're all going down into turn 1. Is there going to be an incident anywhere? Who is going to outbrake? Who do they go in safely? And they do. Is this going to be a beautiful overtake on Kieran Fox? It is not going to be done this time around. As we look into the rear view mirror here. Whoop, not what I wanted to do. And we got some drivers into the pits. As you know, we have seen some incidences occur, and we have seen some crashes, and obviously those were the drivers who were forced to pit early, repair their damage, try to get out into the track as soon as possible, and get on with the race. However, we are now on board with Andrew Warden for the first time in a while. We're going to go see what a clean and beautiful lap looks like from him as he goes down the back straight into Parabolica. As we can see, Daniel Wright is still following him and chasing him. This is the defending champion against the challenger, Daniel Wright. And Daniel Wright needs to basically come in 2nd place here. And I think the championship will almost be wrapped up if that's the case. And as we can see, we are now on board with Daniel Wright. Beautiful entrance into turn 1 and turn 2. Exit is looking on point. Andrew Warden is going to have a challenge this race because this is Monza. And the following car always has a chance because of the long straights if they can get in and keep that slipstream that is very, very famous. They do race with damage on. I'm not 100% sure if there is full damage or what, but there is damage on, and I've seen there be damage enough where cars have been not able to continue on anymore, so I'm just going to assume that it is full damage because Mount Panorama was a nightmare. Let me put it to you that way. As we have Stefan following Ratha hard into Ascari, almost rear ends him, going through the second Ascari corner, into the third Ascari corner, into the back straight. Ratha gets a slight discomfort coming out of that corner, but it looks like he's going to retain that position. It's a Porsche on Mercedes action, and the Mercedes is just going to dominate the Porsche on a straight. It's almost maddening watching Stefan try to overtake Ratha, but look at him through the corner. He just gains so much space. That gap disappears, but it's the top-end speed of Monza is what's going to kill him. Even if he gets side-by-side on Ratha, the last few feet, if you will, meters, is going to be all given to Ratha. There's almost no chance what Stefan can do. Oh, but Ratha breaks way too early. Or did he break just perfectly enough? And it looks like they're tapping, and they're jolting around each other. Who will win? My bet would be Ratha because he has that V8 engine, but Stefan is brutally fighting hard in this battle with Ratha. As we can see, this is the battle for 6th place right now between Stefan. Tommy Kogan following right behind, and Stefan has to slot right behind Ratha again because that Mercedes engine is just so dominant. And Tommy Kogan's V10 Audi R8 is going to be even more of an issue for Stefan if he thinks the Mercedes is bad. However, Ratha almost loses it coming into the first Lesmo corner, but going through the second Lesmo corner, Stefan gets into a very horrible predicament because he does not get the proper exit, and that's going to hurt him even more on the straight. Something that he definitely doesn't want to do. However, Tommy Kogan is definitely biding his time, and he still has to worry because Kieran Fox in 9th place is just behind him in his Ferrari, and the Ferrari is known for being quick on the straight. We'll definitely see what he can do as well. And this is turning into a 4-way fight. And we even have Craig Bray and the other Mercedes coming out to help Ratha. And this is going to be an interesting, juicy 5-way fight if Stefan and Ratha continue battling each other out. As Stefan gets too close to the curbing, slightly loses the comfort of his car. And now he has to worry about Tommy Kogan and his V10 engine. And I would not want to be Stefan if I was him, because that V10 is going to swallow him up. And as you can see, it looks like... But the braking zone almost rear ends Ratha, gives him the space. He is right on the curb, taking the position. Where is Stefan? Still side by side together, going through the Curva de Grande. And Stefan's going to have that inside line, so he's going to hold on to it a little. But I am pretty sure Tommy Kogan is going to keep up the momentum because he has that massive engine. But Stefan in that Porsche can brake later. He does have the better brakes. And this is allowing Ratha to gain a little bit of breathing space. It's not going to phase Tommy Kogan too much because at the end of the day, his target right now is Stefan, not Ratha. You have to get over one vehicle before you can start focusing on the next. The minute you start worrying about ahead of you is the minute you'll start making mistakes. Whoop. Board, and we got Craig Bray chasing down Kieran Fox, who's chasing down Tommy Kogan, who is chasing down Stefan, who is chasing down Ratha. And it looks like somebody has made a horrible mistake, and that would be... TTC is the one that made a horrible mistake. Yeah, TTC is now in 5th place. He's clearly hit the grass. This has allowed Ratha to surpass him, actually. The time is, for whatever reason, is very slow. Oh, there we go, fix it. Ratha is now ahead of TTC. Oh, and he almost rear ends the Porsche. And now we have a 6-way fight for P5. As we can see in 4th place, and I believe that's Melon Pitch in 4th place. Just behind Lavalley, who's in 3rd place, who I would assume Daniel Wright is in 2nd, and Andrew Warden is in 1st place currently. Oh, and what is this? What is this? Tommy Kogan loses the rear end of his vehicle. I don't know if he crashed into the wall or not, but he has lost out on a ton of positions, and he went all the way back down into 8th place, but it looks like Kieran Fox didn't fare any better either. And he is down in 9th place still, followed by Craig Bray. Can Tommy Kogan recover? And if they're battling out in front, I'm pretty sure he can. Actually, the timing sheet has not adjusted. He's lost to positions to Kieran Fox and Craig Bray. And now Tommy Kogan's all the way down into 10th place. And mistakes are going to cost you on a track like Monza, where it is a simple track to drive. It's easy for people to drive. It takes a master to perfect it. But a mistake like that is going to cost you positions, because drivers right behind you will easily take advantage of that, as he has now lost out onto 2 positions, Kieran Fox and Craig Bray. And TTC has actually gotten past Rafa again, and he is on another level. The amateur driver, TTC, is back into 5th place. Stefan with a beautiful overtake down the inside of Rafa. Gets a little bump in the rear, and he loses out on the position. I don't know what happened to Stefan on that final corner exit, but he has lost out 3 positions. What went from a beautiful move down the inside has turned into a nightmare for Stefan, because his car is not built for the straight line. It's going to take him a while to re-attack, and he's going down the inside of Craig Bray. And he does get bumped, and he loses out on another position to Tommy Kogan. And Stefan is getting way too aggressive. He needs to bide his time. Because if... Oh my god, and what just happened there? And we have just lost Tommy Kogan. No, we have not. We have lost... somebody. I don't know who we just lost, but we just lost somebody out of that. Looks like they touched with Tommy Kogan. Maybe it looked like it was net code error. However, they got thrown into the gravel at the Lesno corner. However, we still have a 4-way fight brewing, and Tommy Kogan loses the rear, and he hits the wall, and it looks like he will definitely be picking up damage after that incident. And now there were only 2 remaining. However, what is going up here, though? Ah, we got bath markers. However, the fight between Kieran Fox, and Kieran Fox has played this out perfectly. Refused to get into incidents, refuses to get overly aggressive, takes his chances perfectly, and in a track like Monza, that is what you want to do. And he has done it excellently, and now he's fighting for 6th place with Rafa. Hopefully he can overcome the challenges and get past in that Ferrari. It's his home race. I'm rooting for Ferrari tonight, even though Mercedes is my team. You always got to root for the home crowd, and let's go Kieran Fox supporting the Tifosi. Can he do it and overtake Rafa and make another position? Pitch is in no man's land. Oh, wait, no, that's not Pitch. Pitch is... well, Pitch is in the middle of nowhere. To answer your question, Pitch is in 4th place, which is a great position. However, he is 6 seconds behind Lavalley and 7 seconds ahead of TTC, so... it is what it is. And... yeah, into the fight for 6th place. And it looks like number 55 has picked up a stop-go penalty. Kieran Fox on Ratha. Is he going to go down the inside? He does not go down the inside into turn 1. He's going to go and wait and bide his time, which is pretty much the smart option to do. We still have a lot of time left in this race before anybody needs to start getting desperate and making overtakes. Kieran Fox knows he's not going to get into 5th place anytime soon. His main focus and his main rival currently at this race course is Ratha. And there's no need to do anything stupid until it's the last 5 minutes of the race. So congratulations to Kieran Fox. Keep your head and you'll do just fine. As they go down into the second Lesmo corner. And Kieran Fox might have a nice enough exit. It looked like he kept that clean. But that Mercedes engine is just beautiful. Curva della Seraglio. As they go into the first Ascari corner. And as they go into the second Ascari corner. And into the third Ascari corner. And that is beautiful. I just love the flow of that part of the track. It is definitely a fun one to watch. However, let us see if we can find any other battles. Back markers. I mean, we got Trash Panda on the rear of pitch. For that person that was asking. We got a 3-way fight for P21 apparently. And, I mean, let's just keep going. Let's see what else we can find. Up, and we got Liu destroying his car. Apparently can't keep it straight. Into the grass. Hitting... Clearly his suspension is broken. His steering is clearly broken. Let's see if he makes any mistakes while we're here. As you can see, Liu has the red box marker, and that red box marker on those drivers, as you can see, are the amateur drivers, and he is definitely driving like an amateur right now. Liu is in the gravel and in the grass. He has to hold his steering wheel to the left because he has damaged his steering column, and I'm sure his suspension is completely torn. His windshield is definitely fucked up, and his front end of the nose of his car does look damaged, and he goes into the grass to the left now. And he is not having a good day whatsoever. As we can see, we are now on board Liu, who is in 19th, and it's a shame. Because he's in 19th place out of 31 drivers. So, it is what it is. As you can see here, his vehicle is squealing like a pig. But, let's go on board with... Let's go on board Moisen, Myler, and I'm assuming Pfeiffer just up the road. This is a 3-way fight for P13. This could be an interesting battle. As Moisan takes the chillaxed route, not overly aggressive. He's going to get the better exit out of the third Ascari corner. Can the Lamborghini outdrive the Aston Martin? I think that's a V12 engine in the back of that car. He should have the better straight line speed. He is going to have the better straight line speed. As you can see, does not break later than Myler, and that is going to cost him a position. That is an ugly rear view camera, if I do say so myself. Can we look behind us? We cannot. Okay. However, Myler and Pfeiffer are switching from side to side as they go down into the Rettifilo Tribuni straight, the Tifosi straight, where the fans will jump out and enjoy the track and their win with their driver and their team. However, there is a Lexus leading this race, followed by a Mercedes-AMG GTR, so we will not be seeing that anytime soon. However, we got Myler, Pfeiffer, and Noizon fighting it out for that P13 position right now. As we got Craig Bray fighting for 11th place with Brandon Gobbs, who is impressively in 11th place, actually. He's usually not up there, but it is what it is. It is what it is as they go into the Variante de la Roggia. Corner, into the Curva de Lesmo corner, the first Lesmo corner. What can these drivers do? Pfeiffer is fighting for his life in his best position so far, if I'm not mistaken, in an official race, followed by Myler in the Aston Martin. We got a Lexus, Martin, and a Lambo fight brewing up here. Oh, and he's going to go side by side with the Aston into the first Ascari chicane. And that Aston Martin just outbrakes Moisan every time. Somebody's got to get bigger balls for this guy or what? However, it looks like a driver has made a mistake, and now they are right in front of this battle. And Moisan just has the straight line speed advantage, but he can't beat him into the corners. Corner entry for Myler is much more spectacular than Moisan's corner entry, but his straight line speed is incredible. Can he get the run on Myler? Almost rear ends the man. They're going to go side by side into turn one. Is there going to be a mistake occurring? That is the real question. It's just that he keeps getting outbroken by Myler. Melon pitch. Oh my god, there's an accident. There is an incident. Craig Bray. Melon pitch. Melon pitch is in 12th position. Melon pitch went from 4th place to 12th. Not even 12th. He's in 13th position right now. Melon pitch has fucked up his race. And it's up to him to see if he can do a recovery drive. And you can join... You cannot join this race because this race is already ongoing. So, however, future races you can join. And we just saw Craig Bray crash out, unfortunately. However, you can join the races if you are interested in joining the league. ACC, ApolloRacingClub.com, or ARC.com or ApolloRacingClub.com. One of those two options should be the answer for you if you wish to join us here. However, let us see if we can find any damage on Melon Pitch as we go onto his interestingly designed skull car as he chases and hunts Pfeiffer down. I know Pitch has the pace compared to Pfeiffer, but he hasn't had to do much overtaking.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
And as you can see, we are halfway through this race right now. There will have to be refueling, especially on a track like Monza, where it is such a fuel-hungry track. However, can Pfeiffer fight back and try to retain his position? I know Melon Pitch is a very, very good driver, so I highly doubt it. But I am prepared for surprises. And it does not look like it's going to happen today. However, let's keep going up the road for a second. And we got Ratha and Kieran Fox fighting for 5th place now. As we have TTC in 4th, Lavallee in 3rd, Daniel Wright is still in 2nd, and Andrew Warden is in 1st place. And Andrew Warden needs other drivers to start doing their part to keep Daniel Wright from taking this championship, because he is going to be gaining a lot of points this race here. And as you can see, Myler has actually made a mistake himself and is now further behind Moisan and Pfeiffer and Melon Pitch. However, the fight right here is getting interesting. We've got Moisan on the rear of Pfeiffer, and Moisan struggled to get past Myler because of his amazing entrance into the corners. However, let's see how we can fare up against the great Pfeiffer. With this performance, Pfeiffer is definitely gaining some confidence because his driving has never been this good. And he goes defensive into turn 1. He's inviting Moisan in around the outside. However, Pfeiffer is going to retain his position and keep it. Moisan's going to have to fight another day. Yes, so we do have GT4 races on Thursdays. The GT3 races are on Saturday. Fridays we have some races. We have iRacing as well. We have Formula 1 racing, Wreckfest races, MotoGP races, rally races as well every now and then. But the main ones are Formula 1, ACC, and iRacing currently. Then we also throw in some other racing categories in there as well. MotoGP as an example. Yes, F1 2020 is the game that we do. You are correct there. We have 2 divisions, Formula Tier 1 and Tier 2. If you do love Formula 1 2020 and you want to do some Formula 1 2020 league racing as well, we are down for that. So yeah, we not only do we do ACC, we got F1 2020 and iRacing. Those are the other 2 main ones that we do. And then we will always try and stream any of live races around the world that are occurring at real time, such as the 24 hours of Le Mans, or even the actual Formula 1 races in real life, or even the GT3 endurance races, the WEC races, rallycross races whatsoever. We always try to incorporate those in our league as well, and we have like a nice little streaming booth. If you can't watch them from your TV, you can always come and join us and watch them from our Discord channel. Head to ApolloRacingClub.com or ARC.com. I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of those 2. And as I get back to the race itself, we got Pfeiffer getting hunted down by Moisan. Down into the De La Roggia corner. Into the straight down, in towards the first Lesmo corner. Out through the first, oh my god, the exit of the first Lesmo corner. Can Moisan get the overtake done? And it looks like he is going to be going side by side almost. Going side by side into the first Ascari chicane. However, Moisan can't get it done. Almost gets hit in the rear by Moisan. Pfeiffer does. However, he retains the position, keeps 12th place, and Moisan is forced to follow and chase him another chance. Myler is slowly closing in that gap again. He got spun out earlier, I think, going into the gravel trap out through one of the Lesmo corners. However, he is within a 2-second gap, if I'm not mistaken, to Moisan. And this battle, 3 drivers fighting for 12th place right now, is getting hot and exciting. And Pfeiffer is going defensive. As we can see, Moisan trying to go around the outside into turn 1, into the braking zone. Moisan's braking has been atrocious. I don't know if it's because of the Lamborghini or if it's because of him as the driver. But this has allowed Pfeiffer to get away. And this is a beautiful screen. We are just going to blank that out. Enjoy the surroundings, the scenery, the speed of the cars, and the drivers chasing down Pfeiffer's rear end in his Lexus, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Moisan gets a beautiful, beautiful entrance. Oh my god, that was beautiful overtake. If he can get this to stick, it looks like he's going to. He's going to have the inside line into the first Lesmo corner and the second Lesmo corner. He gets the overtake done. That was beautiful going into De La Roggia. And now Pfeiffer's under pressure by Myler. Myler does not get the move done. Pfeiffer is under pressure right now. And that was a beautiful overtake by Moisan. I am so happy we caught that on live. Excellent, excellent job to Moisan. That was a perfect overtake. I was making fun of your braking all race long. and you have outbroke Pfeiffer into turn 1 and took a beautiful, beautiful line through it and overtook him, and confirming that overtake into the first Lesmo corner, and Pfeiffer crashing into the wall. As we saw, he lost the rear coming out of the third Ascari corner, and into the wall he went. I don't know if he has severe damage, and it looks like his steering wheel is still intact. Hello, Benji. I'm assuming you can speak German. Wie geht's es Ihnen? Dankeschön für kommen hier. Ich kann auch sprechen Deutsch ein bisschen. Mein Deutsch ist nicht die beste, aber ja. Dankeschön für kommen. And yes. But yes, we did do 2 wide into the Lesmo's corner, and they did beautiful. Nobody crashed into each other. Perfect, perfect driving. Thank you for joining us, Benji. If my German was so bad you couldn't understand it, but yes. As we keep going on. What do we have here? We have Mahoney on Myler. Myler is chasing Moisan down. However, is there anybody else that is super close? We got Stefan on these rules. The fight for P7, ladies and gentlemen. And while we do that, let me see where Kieran Fox... Kieran Fox has been chasing down Rafa for a bit now. However, Stefan and these girls are going to be the ones to watch, because these 2 drivers are amateur drivers, and they're both in the top 10. In fact, we got Niall Drake, the championship leader of the amateur section, just behind them as well, 3 seconds behind in 9th place, with Brandon Gobbs, the other amateur driver, in 10th place. It looks like we have at least half of the grid of amateur drivers in the top 10, so pro drivers, get your game up. This is embarrassing. 5 out of the 10 drivers in the top 10 are amateur class, and they are kicking your ass. However, it's a Porsche on Porsche battle, so neither one is going to have a really significant straight advantage. However, D's Rose looks like he has the braking advantage, because Stefan did not outbrake him there. But Stefan does get a beautiful, beautiful entrance. Does not get a perfect exit, however. Out of the first corner, the Variante oh my god, my Italian is horrible. As they go down through the Curva Grande corner into De La Roggia, does Stefan send it down the inside? He does not. He actually brakes way earlier. Looks like he's going for the exit. Grills has a horrible time through that corner. De La Roggia has messed Grills up on his chances, and they're going down into the first Lesmo corner. Stefan does not do the overtake, and these 2 drivers are in the amateur league, so I'm expecting something crazy to occur. And they're going to go side by side into, getting ready to go into Ascari corner, and I would be afraid for my life by Stefan, because he's getting squeezed by Grills. This is an accident waiting to happen, ladies and gentlemen, and I am going to be here for the fireworks. In the meantime, let's see if we can catch anything happening from behind. Does not look like we will, as we go back on board with Stefan hunting down these rules. As Kieran Fox is half a second behind Rafa. And now Kieran Fox has lost that half a second. He is a second behind Rafa right now for the fight for P5. With back markers getting in the way. And it looks like Kieran Fox has lost a lot more time to Rafa through the De La Retifido corner, turn 1 and 2. However, Stefan is hunting Grills down. Porsche on Porsche action. You hate to see it. At least I hate to see it. You probably love to see it. And Grills goes wide. He goes too deep into the corner. And it looks like he's going to retain the position. And if I was Stefan, I would be complaining because he has cut the chicane. And he is still maintaining that position lead over Stefan. He went way too deep into that corner. Outbroke himself. And his suspension has definitely taken a hit because of it. Apologies about that, I thought I saw something interesting. However, we're back on board. Stefan and Grills, as Stefan almost rear ends these girls going into the first discovery corner. As they go onto the exit, can Stefan go wide? He is going to go around the outside if he can into Parabolica. These are both Porsches, so now he's going to have a advantage into the straight. I have no idea what this driving and defending style is from these girls. Could be netcode error or what, but can Stefan get the exit out of the Parabolica? He cannot. These Porsches are too evenly matched. Let's go on board with somebody else real quick, as we have some back markers right in front of them. Almost getting rear-ended by Rafa, and I'm sure Kieran Fox is loving this because this is pushing Rafa back into Kieran Fox, and he is going to have a chance to come in 5th place if this works out for him. With 9 minutes left in the race, we are coming down, and it's going to get an interesting moment these last 9 minutes, because this is when people are going to start getting desperate. This is when overtaking is going to be wanted. Kieran Fox sends it down the inside on Alan Zhu to get that overtake done. They are fighting for 5th place right now. And good for Alan Zhu for getting out of the way and not getting too much, and not making it too hard for Kieran Fox. We're not here to watch him fight Kieran Fox. We're here to watch Rafa fight Kieran Fox. He understands that. Made the move and allowed him to come on the inside as Kieran Fox is chasing Rafa down. You see Trash Panda going into deep just before the 3rd Ascari corner. However, we got Melon Pitch chasing Nile down. The fight for P9. And Nile is going to let him go. 0 resistance by Mr. Drake there. Depressing. I was expecting a bit of a fight from the amateur championship leader. Thank you for ruining all the fun. Congratulations, you're still in the top 10. Daniel Wright is 6 seconds behind Andrew Warden, 20 laps in. Does not look like Daniel Wright will be able to get the better of Andrew Warden, our current championship defending champion. However, Daniel Wright is going to collect the all-crucial 2nd place, get the points up, and make it almost impossible for Andrew Warden to mathematically catch up back in the standings. However, that's not the interesting point. Lavalli in 3rd, TTC in 4th. And Rafa trying to make the move on Bark as fast as possible. Kieran Fox is going to try and follow Rafa into the parabolic corner, and Bark is going to let them go through, trying not to interrupt the fight for P5, which he should. Congratulations to him, thank you very much. Can Kieran Fox make a move on Rafa? 6 minutes are remaining, and I want to see what happens in the fight for P5 right now, because these two are our highest drivers who are still battling for position. And it looks like he's going to go down the inside. And he goes too deep. Goes way too deep. And he comes out ahead of Rafa. However, he slows down a little bit and lets Rafa by. That was an almost beautiful move. was not able to complete it and is now back in 6th place. However, like I said, it's the last 6 minutes. This is when drivers are getting desperate. This is when overtakes happen, and this is when mistakes occur. And this is what we just witnessed, an overtake followed by a mistake. However, Kieran Fox is now a second behind. He needs to regain all his time on Rafa before he can make another move like that, because this is too far behind to dive bomb Rafa into any corner, especially into turn 1. However, they are approaching Parabolica. We're going to get a clear idea whether or not Kieran Fox can gain the momentum back through these next 3 corners through Ascari. First corner done. Second corner looking beautiful. Third exit. Did not seem to get on the throttle quick enough. And that has actually allowed Rafa to gain even more of a distance on Kieran Fox. And it's a shame that it's going to come down to turn 1 mistakes. However, there's still 4 minutes and 15 seconds left before we can confirm that was a major mistake. Plot hole device. However, if we go back a bit, we got Stefan on these grills. Let's see if Stefan makes a dive bomb into turn 1 on these grills. As we have 4 minutes remaining in this race, can Stefan make a move for the fight for P7 now? Stefan does not do it. Maybe Stefan will wait for the last minute or the last lap to do a move. However, these two drivers are about to get into some traffic by Bark. And Bark is getting the blue flags. Let's see if he obeys the decision from the stewards. And this is the final 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the race. Oh, and this goes bad. And mistakes have occurred. Has been predicted by yours truly. But these girls are still in 7th place somehow, miraculously. I didn't understand that. But Stefan has a ruined front end. Oh my god, and that is an overtake if I ever seen an overtake. Melon pitch sends it down the inside into the second Lesmo corner. Gets past Stefan. And now his next target is going to be D's grills. And because Stefan took his time too long, he's going to be forced to wait even longer. Because Melon Pitch is in between him and D's grills. This is going to force him to take even more time. And it looks like he's not going to be able to get back up to D's grills because he makes that mistake. However, he is already past it. And D's grills has no choice. And as you can see, that Porsche has no straight line speed whatsoever. However, Stefan does come back. And what do we have here? Oh my god, this is an interesting scene. Bark is getting caught in the crossfire here. So is Trash Panda. And Niall is getting stuck and sandwiched between 2 back markers. And he has no choice but to be forced to stay behind them. And Melon Pitch makes his move on Liu. Andrew Warden is on his final lap. These Girls is still following Stefan. Niall is 9/10 behind These Girls. They're going to have another lap of this. And who is going to come out on top? Liu is going to get in the way of... Oh, and Liu got in the way of Trash Panda. I lied. And Niall with a beautiful overtake is unfortunately a little behind. But, oh my god, Niall, you and your keyboard or controller is giving me mental anxiety here with how you're controlling your steering wheel. But we have 35 seconds left in the race. The leader is already on his last lap. These drivers are about to enter their last lap. Niall chasing Grills, who is chasing Stefan. Melon pitch is a little too far from Kieran Fox. Kieran Fox is on his final lap with Ratha. Is he going to send it anywhere anytime soon? It doesn't look like he's going to be anytime soon. Oh, wow. And Niall has somehow passed these Grills. I guess we're going to be on board with these guys, because I have no idea how that happened. But it is a three-way Porsche fight. This might as well just be labeled the Porsche series between these three drivers. They're all in the amateur series. All in the amateur championship. And there you go. Andrew Warden has won the race. Daniel Wright is in second place. Third place is to Lavalli. And fourth place is going to be TTC. Congratulations to TTC, the amateur driver coming in fourth place. You have just put a nice punishment glimpse on the pro drivers for being so crap. Congratulations to you. However, D's Grills has no momentum anymore. Niall is the one that's chasing down Stefan. However, let's go back up the road to Kieran Fox right now, because he is within 0.6 of Rafa. Can he make an overtake on Rafa as Lavalli finishes the race? TTC has just finished his race, confirming that fourth place. Kieran Fox, or Rafa in fifth place. Kieran Fox following. He's not going to be able to do it. Melon pitch, congratulations. He will be coming in seventh place after making a horrible mistake in fourth. Stefan followed by Niall. Congratulations to Stefan for holding off Niall and Brandon Gobbs and these Grills. Gobbs van, up another G Fitter. Bark, this is when everything starts getting a little confusing. Who are still fighting here? Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. The race is over. Like I said, ApolloRacingClub.com or ARC.com. We do ACC Formula 1 2020, iRacing, MotoGP, Wreckfest, Rallycross. Watch all this. And if you're interested in motorsports and you want to watch the live TV series for WEC, Formula 1 races, Rallycross races, blah, blah, blah. We usually host a night whenever they're on. So if you don't want to do any racing yourself, but you just want to watch the races, we do stream races on our Discord, ApolloRacingClub.com or ARC.com. We actually have a team doing the 24 hours of Daytona next week at Saturday. I'm actually one of the drivers. So if you are interested in doing any events like that for our racing or ACC as well, any 24-hour events or 12-hour events or 6-hour events or even the 3-hour events, VRS series, we do that on the weekends as well. Like I said, please join us at ARC or ApolloRacingClub.com or ARC.com. We will be glad to have you guys with us. Thank you guys very much, and enjoy the rest of your night, or if you're from Europe, enjoy the rest of your day. Adios.